Hello, and welcome to what is probably going to be the final episode of our Angevin Empire campaign. We are gearing up for a war against the Commonwealth. They have 277,000 men, with, I imagine, a slightly higher quality than what we have. And what we're going to do is go and ruin their day, hopefully. We're going to try at least. Let's roll the general. He's not terrible. The Angevin Empire, yes, is going to go to war with the Commonwealth, who is allied with Mainz, Strasbourg, Salzburg, Padova. I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. We also have the Imperialism CB right now, so the plan is we're going to Imperialism all over their faces. A lot of their strength is in their cavalry. Their cavalry are actually really, really good, and we're going to have to take them down. We have our lovely little fleet here that I'm going to bring immediately over to the Commonwealth. And then when we see the Commonwealth Navy in this tile, that is when we are going to declare the war. Troops are on the border. We wait to find the Commonwealth fleet. There they are. They're going to the Eastern Baltic Sea right now on the 29th of September. So that is when we are going to declare the war. Imperialism! Also, Salzburg can join, because I actually want to take a couple of these provinces. I do have permanent claims on them, and that will be quite nice. So, let's just do it. We can actually call in the Mamluks to help me. Hungary is no longer our friend. I'm actually not sure exactly why they dislike me so much. But, you know what? We don't need them. We don't even need them. Maybe I actually did see that in a previous... Wait, that increases the amount of troops by 100,000 by adding in just the Papal State in and Denmark? Oh, you got 200,000 troops. Oh my god. I would never have guessed that. Let me just check. 18%, 24%. Alright, screw it. We don't need to make them co-belligerent then. Warsaw is mine. We march. We've got a 3 siege that's going to go to Poznan. Actually, you just go right there. You can go to Poznan. You can go there. You can head in there. And the war has begun. We can call in the Mamluks, because why not? And navally, this should... Yeah, we should just walk straight through these boats as if they're not even there. We capture their flagship to seal the deal. I think this is actually the second... flagship of the Commonwealth that we've stolen. We've got another one stationed right here. I'm going to send this one home as well, just because I think that's funny. And here we have the Tauraj and the Telsei. I upgraded both of their ships, so they're now actually the latest tech, which Commonwealth clearly wasn't able to do. But I just find it funny to collect flagships. I think I might actually have one over here. I'm pretty sure I caught a flagship, but I think maybe I deleted it afterwards. I'm not absolutely sure. Pretty sure you're missing, like, a few troops. I don't know where they went. But yeah, let's get back to this war. Again, it's not going to be a difficult one, I don't think. But we'll see what we can do. Oh, something has happened. Maybe because I upgraded all these ships to the latest level, maybe the colonies have done the same, so they're sending more trade. But we have managed to complete the mission. Here, Center of World's Trade. What I needed was the 400 power, I believe? Yeah, sorry, 500 trade node value. We're currently sitting at 500.1. It also could be the several furnaces that I have just made. I think that's actually probably pretty likely. But anyway, wherever our gaze falls upon, there should be a commerce of inconceivable wealth. Our marketplaces are the centers of the trade of the world. And again, just a pitiful amount of ducats and some gov reform progress. And we unlock the British Global Trade Policy reform. Let's see if we can find where that is. Is it potentially in the latest one? Oh no, here it is. So I would switch away from dev cost and goods produced and go to ship trade power, trade company investment cost, and cost to promote mercantilism. I'm sorry, this is so much better. This is way, 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 way better. But yeah, no, all we have is the final one, which I'm thinking political absolutism is probably the way to go here. Yeah, let's do political absolutism. Oh, there's another thing that I want to do in this video is actually experience the Civil War. I forgot that is actually another thing that we want to do. It just reminded me seeing that system. So that is, yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. Hopefully, well, I mean it's a civil war, so probably not a lot of fun for the people fighting it. But I want to experience it. I want to experience it. With Plockful on the way to Warsaw is open. Of course, that is the war goal. We can also take a monthly autonomy change as well, which is quite nice. We march onwards. Apparently into a stack? No. Oh, but what we do have is a group of winged hussars trying to retake Plock. It's woods, so that's probably going to be a good fight for us. We have some reinforcements here if they are necessary. They are not necessary. Let's just go find the Krakow fort for you to go siege. Beautiful. And a stack wipe to boot. Things you love to see. Beautiful. The sack of Warsaw. Traditionally, advancing armies have been expected to supply themselves from what they can plunder in the area they move through, and we did so. I actually don't need the money. I'll take the professionalism, though. That seems like a reasonable idea. Professionalism is at 100%, so maybe I didn't actually need to do that at all. But we did it anyway. Let's hope to stack wipe another army here. Yes. They really don't like fighting in the woods, do they? Let's move on to Prussia. With many of the Commonwealth forts in ruins, even without sieging the countryside, we're able to get what we want. And that is a lovely peace deal where Brandenburg will grow. I am going to give all of this land to them. I could get a smudge of money. Not that I need it. I make ungodly amounts, more than I could ever spend. Who cares about the coalition? We're going to do that. Now, obviously, Brandenburg is going to be taking all of these provinces off me, because I don't want them. They're not for me, and I believe if Brandenburg has them, they can form the Prussian nation. I don't believe they need to be independent for it. It's one of the special things, or at least it used to be, one of the special things about the Prussia formation is that it did not require the Brandenburg to be independent. So if we unpause, let's first get our troops in our own land. If we unpause, hopefully we'll see Brandenburg start coring this land, and then once it's cored, they're going to be forming Prussia. I mean, of course, first we need to take care of the rebels that they're obviously going to spawn, because the AI is really bad at working around rebellion. They're just kind of terrible at it. But we can fix it for them. We also currently have a Parliament issue in progress. I didn't really care which one it was. We just set it and then we are forgetting it because we're currently at 68. If we lose this Parliament debate, we gain 33 absolutistness. When we get to 100, that is the Civil War. And we're going to experience a bit of English Civil War as soon as this Parliament debate expires on the Xth of whenever it was. I actually have no idea. Oh, there we go. The 2nd of November. Alright, I'll bring us back in October. Here it is. The debate is about to fail. The debate did not fail yet. Hey! Yo! Prussia formed! Let's go! And then we see the new color. This is not why I brought you back, but I'm glad that it happened, like, while I was recording and not me just jumping back and saying, oh, look, Prussia formed. Because then, you know, editing trickery can always be attributed to that. And we don't need that kind of negativity in my life. So I'm glad that it actually popped properly. That's quite satisfying. But yeah, this debate was supposed to chance to end. Debate will continue until it. Oh, at least 110% chance of ending each month. Okay, well, I guess it's going to finish in December the 1st then. There we go. Tensions between the Parliament and the King have escalated to a point of no return. What started as a mere dispute over the support towards regional interests, taxation, and military expenditure has turned into a conflict over the role of the Parliament itself in the government. There are questions about the necessity of a Parliament on one side and the necessity of a king on the other. King George I is tired of having to keep content a group of people that keep interfering in his legitimate and undeniable right to rule, and uses every opportunity to mine their authority. On the other hand, regional powerful individuals of the Parliament have proclaimed that they will no longer obey any central and tyrannical authority and have raised troops in their territories to defend their own authority by force. Great parts of our country have declared themselves as no longer subjected to our rule and are in open rebellion against us. Okay, so we will turn to aggressive negotiations. I'm not gonna lie. At this stage of the game, I feel like 12 rebels is not really what you should be scared about. Wow. 12 rebels. Are you serious? 12 bloody rebels? Why only 12? English Civil War is now easier to fire. I mean, it is going. Progress is at 450 a month. I feel like I shouldn't kill these. I just kind of want to let this fire. I want to see what happens, you know. I mean, this is so easy to avoid, you know. I feel like getting you is going to be cheaper. I feel like they're both the same half price. But there we go. Parliamentary, I don't know. Do we have to kill them? I mean, this is going to fire regardless of whether they're dead or not. It looks like. Also, I forgot to take these 2 provinces. God damn it, I'm such an idiot. I even had an army there, ready. That's my bad. Next war, maybe. Next war. Oh, we also stole a ship here. Huh, didn't even see this one. Congratulations, me. This is the heavy ship of the Spanish colony of somewhere or other. I mean, I don't want to break. I'm just gonna kill them. I don't feel like they need to be alive for this to pass. Right, the disaster is still ticking up, right? That wasn't a civil war, that was merely some rebels, right? We're getting there. It's gonna be fine. Here we are at 99% progress. As soon as the month ticks over, we shall be in a civil war. I just had a general die. Let me just see if I need to replace him. Yes, I do. Just grab it. I don't even care. Balls, that's not actually what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep you helping out with this. That's better. This whole new world is a hotbed of revolution and dissent, and yeah, we need to keep an eye on that. So, monthly tick. Let's go. We're gonna have a rebellion. Let's turn off mothballing, so if we do get a rebellion starting, it's not gonna immediately stack wipe an army. It probably won't anyway, but we'll see. Rising tensions between the Lancaster monarchs and parliamentary hardliners following disputes about taxation and the centralisation of royal power have boiled over. The parliamentarians now openly defy the king and his royalists and seek to establish a republican government. For their part, the royalists hope to rout Parliament and establish an absolute monarchy. The two sides have taken up arms against each other and are ready to fight for control of the state. So I can choose to fight for Parliament and liberty, lose a lot of manpower. Star Chamber will be removed. That's a government reform. You get pretenders, change it to a government. Yeah, basically you can choose which one we want to play. On this side, lose, 200,000 manpower is not a small amount. It's not a small amount. The amount of men that they have in Coventry and Northumberland, that's not exactly the most scary thing I've ever seen. But yeah, it's Oliver Cromwell. He's a bit of an asshole. I'm not gonna lie. Just historically, he's kind of a dick. So we need to get fewer rebel armies than 1 and stability at 2. I'm not gonna lie, this slightly disappointing how easy this seems to be, because I mean, Oliver Cromwell just lost. Unless they start popping new rebels like instantly, then it's basically already GG. Yeah. I think in this case, this might be one of the only cases where I would like to see your country split in half with 2 separate tags. Because, yeah, that was kind of shit. In this case, I mean, it's something that you can avoid. It's something that you don't have to go through to finish your mission tree. Unlike, for example, if you've played the Anbana country of Amayan and gone through their mission tree, you have to go through their big disaster where you lose large parts of your country to a civil war. In this case, you can avoid this. It is avoidable. So I feel like having this fire and splitting up your country is actually kind of acceptable. But as it stands, that was just kind of shit. The English Civil War is finally over, as George I and his supporters have crushed the opposing faction and entrenched their preferred type of government. So we get an absolute British monarchy, which is, if we have a look, English monarchy gives these bonuses. Unrest, legitimacy, absolutism goes down, governing capacity goes up. Whereas now we're going to change to getting more maximum absolutism. Parliament still exists. That's interesting. I'm kind of cool. I'm cool with that. I just gain 10 absolutism off the bat, gain prestige and legitimacy that I don't need. And yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. What are we missing out on? We're missing out on the governing capacity, missing out on the unrest. But yeah, I mean, absolute British monarchy. With the crushing defeat of the parliaments at the hands of the royalists, the monarch is the only sovereign ruler of the state. The parliament, while still existing, has been reduced to a puppet of the monarch. And there's no more of that thing. The bar. Excuse me. So we can do a debate. And let's say we want to do... let's do culture conversion cost, because why not? So we've got a 41% chance to win immediately. And they're still cheap. They're still really, really cheap. It's honestly might even be cheaper than it was before. We can just immediately pass this through. Admin support, autonomy, yeah, and then it's just done. Cool. We've also strengthened the empire. The authority of the crown has always been a subject of contention. While the ruler sees his reign as absolute and of divine nature, the parliament tries to limit the king's power. As the idea of absolutism grows in the courts of Europe, so too does it in ours. We must follow the trend and strengthen the Angevin Empire. So that is absolutism at least 50, average state, core, province, blah, 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 and all that. Again, 50 government reform progress is kind of useless right now, but we unlock the direct royal administration government reform. Honestly, I wish these tooltips would tell you what tier that is in. That would be real nice. Direct royal administration. So let's have a look for that. Is that this? No, that's Anglican State Church, which we didn't use. I feel like probably expand temple rights is better. I don't know why I took that one. Either way, let's keep looking for it. Direct royal administration. Okay, I found it. So instead of the minus 20 absolutism, parliament backing chance, and dev cost in primary culture, we would switch to getting core creation cost, yearly absolutism, and maximum absolutism. Parliament effect duration goes down, so you can do parliament effects more frequently. I think that's actually pretty good, and I didn't even realize that we had minus 20 there. So we will switch to direct royal administration. Which also we have now got another mission complete. Complete the English Civil War, of course. The rule of the king and the power of the parliament are stark contrast. Conflict between the royalists and the parliamentarians is inevitable. We must make sure that the Angevin Empire will prevail these trying times and come forth as a state of greater power and authority. So if you do it with restored order, so the king wins, get yearly legitimacy, states, loyalty, equilibrium, and number of parliament issues +1. Whereas if weathered absolutism, I think that is if you get the parliament to win. Stab cost modifier and some monarch points. It's kind of iffy, kind of whatever kind of mission, but you know, we will take that to the bank. With this, all these absolutism things, we're at 125 and we don't even need to consider touching. We don't even need to consider touching court and country. I feel like the Angevin path, I mean, probably just England in general, I don't think it's too different, is probably one of the countries that you can get absolutism maximum to the biggest degree, really. This is, I mean, yeah, no court and country and we're already there is kind of wild. We can even start, you know, going back in and doing some stuff with the estates that we weren't doing for. Some really useful stuff in here. Admin advisor cost, like this -5, just not a problem. Monthly admin points, like -10, sure. Do the same in nobility. That's 20. I think I already have, at least, yeah, I've got one of them there already. So yeah, sure. Let's grab these back, and we'll do it here as well. Because it's just worth it, right? 95, I think I went too far, but whatever. You see what I mean? You can really get high absolutism without really much of an issue. Enacting new issues to alter our legislation is blah, blah, blah. Parliament issues which now alter our national ideas will no longer be available. Okay, I wasn't planning on changing my national ideas. Just go away, I don't understand you. Either way, I'm pretty happy. This campaign has gone really, really well for me. We had so many issues with Spain, but we managed to pull through. Let's have a look at our mission, see what else we want to complete before the end of this episode. Alright, and another one by deving in my colonies. We've managed to get a colonial empire, which is having 5 colonial nations below 20% liberty desire. We are chosen by the Lord to bring enlightenment, progress, and glory to the rest of the world. It's our destiny to colonize the New World in the name of the King. Well, until the end of the game, trade efficiency and global tariffs. Sound as a pound. Other than that, the only things we have not done in this mission tree is this central block here. Holy Roman Struggle, Secure the Empire and Pass, Kingdom of Spain, and blah, blah, blah. That's basically conquer this, conquer this, conquer this, conquer this. Alright, I'll get on that. Panama Canal, eh? It's been actually probably about 5 years since I last built this thing. Sure. Shame I can't speed it up. Beautiful. So we've done a little bit more conquest, and we have another mission completed, the Kingdoms of Spain. The Iberian Peninsula is home to the powerful kingdoms of Aragon, Castile, and Portugal. Each of these realms poses a threat to our interests in France, as well as beyond the Great Atlantic Sea. We must strike first before the Iberians launch their attack against us. So I get a permanent claim on Iberia and act on the Spanish Crown Parliament issue. I will see if I can see what that is. We will force the Parliament to start debating about an issue of our choice. The issues of blah, 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 blah. So, starts a debate on the act of Spanish Crown in Parliament. Trigger an event which allows us to create the Kingdom of Spain under a personal union. Oh. Oh my. Let's force that issue through. Let's have a look. Iberia gets direct rule, or Spain will be released under a subject. Spain's independent. Spain is independent. So what happens here? So I got Castile and what the actual fuck? And then I just need to conquer more provinces, which I now no longer have any claims on. Of course, of course. Here I need all electors to be my subjects, or 10 provinces in the area of Alsace, Palatinate, and Lone Rhine, and blah, blah, blah. I just need to attack the Empire again. Secure the Empire pass, I need 2 more provinces in Italy, and then I get permanent claims on all of Italy, then you need to blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I feel like I've done enough. I've showed off this mission tree. There are, I would argue, some issues. Of course, we did start this campaign before the DLC came out, and we have encountered our fair share of issues that you won't, namely the French situation, needing to give Spain a bunch of my land in France. Now the issue to integrate France requires them to be less than 50 provinces instead of less than 25, or is it 40? One of the two. Either way, it's so much easier to pass. It's basically a non-issue, whereas it was a horrible issue for us, and that's no longer necessary. So I guess I'm going to end this campaign here. First of all, we are going to look at the timeline. Of course, we start as England, and yeah, we release Normandy pretty much immediately, if I recall correctly. I don't actually know why it's not showing Normandy there. I'm damn sure we released them. France conquering into Brittany, we completely murder Ireland, which is glorious. We should take Brittany soon and then immediately start the conquest of France. I guess we won't really see the conquest of France because it's a personal union. There's Normandy. Normandy should be here as well, so maybe there's some issues with it. And at this point, France is probably our personal union, as well as Burgundy, of course. At some point, we'll end up starting to lose provinces to Castile as we realize what we need to do. But until then, we had a pretty chill game of just uniting the British Isles, not having to worry about things. Let's see, did we start the colonization process? Actually, we didn't really do much colonization. Most of it was conquest. We did a little bit up in Newfoundland, but other than that, it's really just a case of taking land from others. That was the conquest of the Papal State. They took a big chunk of the Provencal land here, which we took and gave to France. In hindsight, maybe we should have kept that for ourselves, but you know, we made some mistakes. It's all good. There's Spain forming Castile here. That's not a thing. And of course, we gave land to them. Again, it's going to happen again and again. I think there was 3 or maybe 4 wars. Maybe if France hadn't started integrating its vassals, then we wouldn't have had so much of an issue. But yeah, every 15 years, just on cycle, doing this was very, very irritating. I'm glad that you won't have to suffer through that like I did. And, you know, maybe certain things like this won't happen if you do things in a different order. Aggressive expansion won't be so much of an issue. You know, there's a bunch of things that could go differently. And so with that in mind, I do think it is certainly worth playing this campaign. It is a fun mission tree. I think it's well constructed, especially with the branching elements. I do very much like the new branching elements that have been created in in the new DLC. I love it. I think it's a really impressive and well done thing. Here, I'm pretty sure we're the Angevin Empire at this point. Oh no, there it is. And England hunts France. Oh god, how buggy can this get? That's not something that ever happened, game. We'll have the reconquest of the Spanish France area. I think actually there is a war where they release a bunch of things. I can't remember what that even was. Maybe it's the whole 30 Years War thing, the Protestant League, and Auvergne, I'm pretty sure we conquered that immediately. I don't know why that's here. It just looks so dodgy. This did not happen. Meanwhile, we have, of course, America in blue for some reason. We've got Mexique. Panama has been created. Lovely colors, but just not accurate ones at all. And then we'll just basically expand these colonies out. We got ourselves a Louisiana, took the rest of Mexico, got a California, and then in the final war we see that we gained just a little bit more land all over the place. A bit of Prussia growth, a little bit of our own growth, and a bit of our colonies' growth. Timelines, a little bit buggy. Still a little bit buggy. But we end the campaign in this situation. It's a fun campaign. I do recommend it. I think you should all give it a go. I hope you enjoyed this episode, the final episode, and I would love for you to tell me in the comment section below what campaign I should play next. The DLC has added a bunch. Things like Korea and Japan looking really fun. Spain's got a new mission tree. I don't think Austria was updated. Ottomans, I'm of course playing in the multiplayer. Prussia, I think, got a new mission tree and some new mechanics and such. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you would like to see me play next. But until that begins, thank you oh so very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
If you liked the video, please help me out and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Maybe leave a comment down below too, it really does help out the channel. If you have the means and are willing to, there's a link to my Patreon in the description below. It's the best way to support me and the effort that goes into creating the content you've just watched, and hopefully will continue to watch, and allows me to focus more on making videos without the stress and worry of another meteor striking my channel, be it hacks, demonetization, or the third adpocalypse. You can also support me by heading over to Twitch and following there, or joining my Discord and being an active member of the community. All those links are in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.